So today on Is It Worth It, I've managed to get the 2023 Ioniq 6, this stunning all-electric fastback styled saloon with the practicality of an estate car. And we're going to give it a full test drive and review and find out, is it worth it? However, what's more important though is we'd like to know what you think. Yes, let us know in the comment section below after this video if you think it's worth it. So we've got a lot to talk about, let's get straight to it. So the Hyundai Ioniq 6 started life as a concept known as the Prophecy, and this was Hyundai's way of showing the world its new electrified era. The Ioniq name refers to Hyundai's full electric range. We've already had the Ioniq 5 SUV, now this is the Ioniq 6 Saloon, and it uses the same eGMP platform the Ioniq 5 uses. Now this is what they call an Electrified Streamliner, and it refers to a vehicle shape that proves to be air drag resistant. It's got one of the world's lowest drag coefficiency of 0.21. So let's talk about the front design, and as you can see, Hyundai have gone for this sort of futuristic, swept-back, minimalistic silhouette, and it incorporates some design elements from the past. The front headlights actually pay homage to the Hyundai Sports Coupe from the early 2000s. I actually used to own that car. If you'd like to know a bit more about that as well, click on that video up there and you can see that as well. You've also got intelligent pixelated LED headlights that dip in and out when cars are passing so you don't glare everyone. You've even got a front air duct that opens up to cool the battery as well, and obviously that closes back. I love the front air ducts here. Sort of splitters here, looks very sharp, almost like what you'd find in, say, a Lamborghini. And this is actually the first time Hyundai has used their new oversized H emblem, so that will be on their cars going forward. You've even got a front boot as well called a frunk. I'll show you that quickly. You've got a bit of storage in there. If you do enjoy this content, which I'm hoping you do, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do. So let's have a look at the side profile. This is quite a big car, but because of the very clever silhouette design, it actually looks lower than it is. If you look from behind, it's actually quite a tall car. And this is the entry-level trim they call Premium. You can get another trim higher called the Ultimate, but what is good is you get these really nice looking 20-inch alloy wheels as standard. Not only that, you get the heat pump as standard, and you get the two 12-inch displays as well. What is cool, you get these very Tesla-like plush door handles. I like that, it's pretty cool. The side skirt kind of pierces out as well. Looks like it is going to rip through the air. And you've got 736 pixels all the way around the exterior of the car. It looks really cool. At night, it just lights up, it looks really good. Not only do you have it as a brake light on this twin spoiler, you also get it here, the wraparound LED lights, but also on your fog lights at the back. You've also got the Ioniq 6 logo in white. That really does stand out. You've got your rear 360 cameras, charging port here as well, which automatically closes. That does look like an old Porsche 911. So let's take a look at the boot. Now this is an electronic tailgate. So Hyundai promised 401 litres of boot space, which is a little bit less than, say, a Tesla 3 or a BMW 3 Series. You do get your cables, a little compartment as well, just to pop your cables in there. You get a tyre mobility kit, there's not a spare tyre in here. So this is quite a deep boot with a little bit of a load lip. You can fold the rear seats down as well with a toggle switch here. You just flip that and the seats fold back, which is good. You don't need to go all the way around the side as well. So what's the interior like inside the Ioniq 6? The overall cabin just feels quite simplistic and smooth. The materials are eco-friendly as well with the fabrics. The seats are comfortable. I love how adjustable the seats are. You can fold them all the way down, so say if you're charging your car. The driving position is great. I love how hunkered down you feel, and your visibility is good at the front. In the back, it's a little bit of a letterbox view, but do you know what? It's okay, it's not too bad. You don't get a rear wiper, you've just got that slope back roof for the rain to fall off. The steering wheel is nice and big. You've got your touch controls here, and a bit like a Mercedes really, you've got your stalk here for your gear selector, for your park, neutral, reverse and drive. So for your driving modes, you've got like a Manatino really. You used to kind of find that in Ferraris, but you've got this a little circular design with the driving mode on. That's pretty cool. The actual door card is filled with this huge speaker. The door bins are not wide, but they're long, so you wouldn't be able to fit a massive bottle in, but you're actually leaning in on the speaker. You can get a Bose sound system on the higher trim as well. Nice big vanity mirrors with your light there. Touch sensitive lights in the center here with an SOS light. You've got some wings here that are actually for the digital mirrors that you can opt for. Instead, if you prefer your normal mirrors, you've got them there as well. Then you get this pull-out drawer. It's not a standard glove compartment, it's actually pretty cool. You get that in the Ioniq 5 as well. In the middle, it's all very nice, and you're complemented with this light-up LED strip, and that powers down as well when you turn the car off. So it really does feel like you're in something a bit more futuristic concept-like. Got your air conditioning vents with a chrome line, and that also wraps around your two 12.3-inch displays. This is a touchscreen, but you do have a digital cluster as well. The touchscreen, very easy to use. The screen's very bright, it's vivid. It's almost like an Android tablet really. You're probably going to use your Apple CarPlay and your Android Auto, which you get as standard. You've got a wireless charging mat in the middle, a USB port as well. Two big cup holders in the center, electric window buttons here. Usually I'm always looking for them here, but instead they're in the center. In here, loads of room with two USB-C ports. But a really clever use of space is the empty compartment here. So you can actually put some stuff in there, which is different because not many cars do that. So what's the practicality like in the back? First off, I really like the amount of leg room you've got. Remember, there's no transmission tunnel, but also I like how the front seats are shaped, a bit like an oval, and it kind of just curves around your leg. I like that, it's really cool. The seats are comfortable with this fabric. I'd probably opt for a leather. Headrests seem quite cool as well, so you can really hunker down here. And headspace, so what's that like with the slopey roof? If you're in the middle and over 6'2", headroom can be a little bit of a problem. However, if you're left or right passenger, I think you'll be okay for long journeys. Remember, this is a motorway cruiser, a Streamliner. You've got a fold-out armrest with two cup holders here. The door bins though, you've got a small little pocket just next to the speaker. Good news is you do have your heated seats, and the passengers can control them as well. Tinted windows at the back, and also you get LED ambient lighting in the back as well. So the doors open really wide, so getting in and out is dead easy. You've got two USB-C ports. You've got no digital display, it's just two USB-C ports and a little coin holder at the back. The good thing about the Ioniq 6 is you can use vehicle to load. So you can actually use the electricity from the car to power, say, for example, a fridge while you're camping. But also at the back, you can even charge with this normal 3-pin socket your laptop. So yeah, all in all, I feel that's really good actually. So what's the Ioniq 6 like to drive? You get that nice little whine from the battery. It's all artificial, but it just adds to a bit of the excitement really. Driving full electric car. Because this is a Streamliner, it's meant to be really aerodynamic. It'd be really good to find out what it's like. So the driving position's brilliant. I love, even though you are quite low to the ground, it does give you this sense of quite high up position. This is quite a long car. It's actually longer and wider than the Ioniq 5. So this is the entry level model. It's rear wheel drive, and it's just a singular motor at the rear, so that will be pushing the wheels forward, so all the power sent to the rear wheels, and you've got the battery at the front and on the floor. You get a lower center of gravity. It seems quite planted. I like that. You usually get that in really expensive cars, but this sort of looking at about 47 grand. That is expensive, but for what you get, I really do think it's a really good, tidy package, and I can't believe how well this handles. Even with 20-inch alloys as standard, the ride is fairly quiet. A little bit of road noise, which is fine, it's expected, but you hardly notice it. When you're changing lanes at a higher speed, there is a tiny bit of body roll. There's nothing to be concerned with. If you pop it into your sport mode, it kind of just stiffens it a little bit, sharpens the throttle response. So yeah, you can have a bit of fun with it actually. Up to 7.5 seconds 0 to 60. You can get the all-wheel drive version, and that's a little faster. I think you're talking about 5.1 seconds. Again, that's really good as well. It feels really composed around these tight bends, and it leans into the corners really well. So the range, you're looking around 328. That's what Hyundai quote, obviously real world, depending on how you drive. I think this will do really well with company car, tax, etc. So it's a really good, viable option. So let's wrap up this video review on the new 2023 Ioniq 6. And I love how Hyundai has been adventurous with this slope-back streamlined design. I'm really impressed with how well this car handles, and even at entry-level trims, how generous the equipment is But what's more important though is we'd like to know what you think. Let us know in the comment section below if you think the Ioniq 6 is worth it. A massive shout out and thank you to the Chorley Group Hyundai Blackpool for letting us review this Ioniq 6. If you'd like to know more, I'll leave a link in the description below. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Stay tuned and we look forward to seeing you on the next one on Is It Worth It?